Hi guys, and welcome to PPTV. It's me, Beth, your host and social media extraordinaire. Beth, hi. And my guest today is Jessica Landale.
Morning.
Morning. I'm so happy that you're here today.
No, thank you for having me. Good opportunity, so thank you.
It's fantastic. We was talking a bit before about what direction that we were going to go in today, and I think it's going to be one that a lot of people can relate to, at least at some point in their career where they have worked with their other half.
Yes. Yeah. Mainly good. Has its hurdles.
Yeah.
Slowly getting there, but it is good fun. On the whole, it's good fun, but it's been a case of having to really work out our strengths and weaknesses and playing to those and making sure we've got very defined roles.
Yeah.
Because we found, so my other half is my husband, Jonathan, so, you know, working together, living together, socialising together, 2 small children together, all gets a bit much. So we made a point really of sitting down and being very clear and structured in the way that we were going to run the business and who was going to focus on what. And actually it's enabled us to move forward quicker rather than doubling up on things and actually it all becoming a bit of a hurdle and a bit of a mishmash. So, yeah.
It's a good subject matter.
Yes. One I think lots will relate to, considering we met working together.
Yeah.
So we knew each other's strengths and weaknesses anyway, but now it means so much more because we're now doing it for ourselves and for our family. Mm-hmm. We've had to become organised and we want to really make a go of the whole thing. And, you know, so it's being honest and structured, organised, communicating is key to the whole thing.
So before we get stuck in then,
yeah.
Can you give people watching just a little bit of background on yourself, when you got started in property and what you're up to now?
So I have always been in property, to be fair, since I left school. My first job, I went in as a dog's body, basically, into an estate agent's and worked my way up from there. It's where I met Jonathan, who is a rural chartered surveyor by trade. We then moved up to Newcastle in 2009 and carried on my estate agency work up there for another company. Jonathan was working for a chartered surveyors company up there, and we've always had a couple of buy-to-lets. And then in May 2015, just after we'd had our youngest, Jonathan lost his job.
Okay.
So it then meant that we had to refocus, reevaluate, work out what we wanted to do. And Jonathan decided that he wanted to focus more on building our own property portfolio. So we did a couple of flips, and then Jonathan discovered progressive property. So attended multiple streams of property income in summer of 2017.
Okay.
Which then opened us up to the world of buy, refurbish, refinance. And we have just grown from there. So since then, we have done 12 projects, 12 BRRs in our own portfolios, which we are constantly increasing. We've got another 4 properties going through legals at the moment. And then I was carried on working in my estate agency work right up until October of last year, and decided that I wanted to change and wanted to get into it all, and we wanted to grow the business for the family. So we attended the deal packaging course.
Yes.
End of October 2018, and haven't looked back. So we've just now growing our deal packaging business and helping investors do the same as what we're doing, really. We're seeing the benefits of how it's helping our family, helping us have a life.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the middle of school holidays at the moment, but it's brilliant because I can be with the children and I can still do my work.
And you can do something like this as well.
Exactly. So it's just, we've just fully appreciated the benefits of taking stock and doing things on our own terms, and the deal packaging aspect has enabled us to, you know, keep moving forward with our own journey, and we just love helping other people achieve what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
I think that's fantastic. It's been quite a whirlwind by the sounds of it then.
It has been a bit of a whirlwind. Didn't really expect it to go that way. I was pretty much frog marched down to Progressive in October by Jonathan. I didn't really understand it, didn't really get it. I knew he was into it all. I'm the biggest Progressive Property convert ever. I love everything about Progressive. I love the vibe you get, the community. So yeah, every opportunity I'm down here doing something, which is brilliant. And, you know, it's enabled us to play to our strengths and realise what we really want to do in life. So
I think that's amazing. It always seems to be the people who are like the biggest fans now were the people who didn't want to come to the event initially.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think is brilliant.
Yes. I mean, I left my job. I did my last day of my job on the Thursday. I was sitting next door first thing Saturday morning thinking, what am I doing? I can think of better ways to spend my first weekend off. By the Sunday, buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. So, yeah, amazing place.
That's brilliant. And we mentioned about, obviously, the freedom that you now have with property. Did you ever think that you would get to that point?
No. I think you have a... Property, you think of a bit of a luxury, I suppose. You know, you have your own house, you think, oh, well, I can't really afford to have other houses.
Yeah.
But actually, when you open yourselves up and you look at the different options available, it just opens a whole new world. And as soon as I realised and understood the process of buy, refurbish, refinance, which is our main strategy, we love it. We love single buy-to-lets. Yes, they might be boring and not quite as exciting as a massive commercial conversion. I get that. But for us, they are the foundation of what we want to do and what we want to build on. And it's this time last year, I had to leave our summer holiday and leave my kids and my husband on holiday to go back to my job because I didn't have enough annual leave.
Okay.
This year, I've spent every day of the summer holidays with them. Has its moments, you know, which is brilliant. But it's a luxury I never had before.
Yeah, you have that option now.
Yes, but now it's
your
on
choice.
My terms, and it's our choice to do it. And property has enabled us to do that, and our portfolio has enabled us to do that, and our deal packaging side of the business has enabled us to further enhance that.
I think what you said there about the single lets as well, because I hear this all the time from people. They're like, no, I don't want to do single lets. I want the HMOs, I want the service accommodations. But it's like, single lets work.
Single lets work. Single lets have always worked.
Yeah, there's a reason they work.
Yeah, exactly. Single lets, they've always worked, they will always work.
Yeah.
And for anybody kind of new into property, I just feel that you need to understand the basics first, rather than doing too much too soon and, you know, something going wrong.
Yeah.
So we would like to get 20 single buy-to-lets under our belt. That is our plan. And then we're going to move on to something different.
Yeah.
I'd love to do a commercial conversion. That is, I'm not going to do anything massive from the outset. I'd like to start small and build it up. But we just decided that was the best approach. And that's, once we're well on our way now to having our rental income covering what we need to do in life and giving us the financial freedom to make the choice of what we do next. So that's our plan, and actually having a plan and sticking to our plan has been the best thing that we've ever done. We get excited along the way, and I get excited along the way, and I have ideas of grandeur, and then I'm very much reined back in again. Like, no, this is the plan, stick to the plan, and then we'll develop. It's good
that you have that vision and drive to like think of that long-term plan like a commercial conversion, but you are taking it taking it slow and working your way up in a reasonable manner, because obviously you have a young family to support as well, and you've got to think of spending time with them and not missing out on everything that's going on there.
Absolutely, and they're the whole reason that we did this in the first place. So yes, absolutely, we get our heads down and we do our work, but you know, we have a day a week that is family day, regardless of what's going on. And we don't need to necessarily go anywhere and do anything, but we all have to be in the house, sit and have our meals together, no property chat, nothing. And, you know, they're the reason that we do it all in the first place. So
that leads me nicely on to the next question, because obviously you and your husband do work, you've built this amazing business together. What's that like then to obviously try and stop work chat when it is family time, let's take time for us, and not just be consumed by it? Because I presume that's quite easy to do.
We're lucky in that where we live, our setup is that our office is out of the house.
Okay.
So we do physically go to work. In some way, shape or form. So we try and leave everything there. But then when you do, it's inevitable. Your phone rings, an email comes in, something needs dealing with. And I think for us, it's a case of every now and then just reminding each other, look, stop looking at your phone, stop dealing with that can wait. You know, this Lego construction is far more important at this point in time. So it does, the lines do get a little muddied, but we're working on it, and we will have to constantly work on it.
I like that you keep each other in check, though.
Yes, definitely keep each other in check. It's the only way you can do it. If you're going to work with your other half, you're going to shout at each other. Yeah. You're going to fall out. But you've got to remember why you're doing it and why you made that decision in the first place. So that's how we keep ourselves on the straight and narrow.
And like you said, the results of the life that you guys now have outweighs the little arguments now and again and like the fallouts over what's happening on this property and bits. So I think that's really important, like to keep each other in check, like you said. And a lot of people in property, when that other half is involved, it can be difficult to be firm and be like, no, this is us time now, not work time.
Absolutely. Kids come first. Yeah. Kids will always come first. You know, this is, you know, if they're so small for such a little amount of time. Yeah. Just.
You don't want them to be teenagers.
No, exactly. No. Gosh, no. So, yeah.
So, do you have defined roles then with each other in your business then?
We do now. We didn't at first, but it was through one of our mentor sessions when one of our mentors, Jamie York, said, you need to be more defined in what you are doing. So I was out and about doing viewings, but then coming home and having to sit down with Jonathan and pricing up the refurbs and things like that, which was adding another process and taking time. And it's really obvious now, but Jonathan now does the majority of the viewings because he can price up the refurbs standing there doing it. I mean, it's so simple, but
at the time you just can't see it. No.
Exactly. So we needed somebody to point that out to us, and so we have it. So we've got we now have a document that's everything, all the roles are defined. Some obviously cross over. Yeah. Spreadsheets, not my strong point. Jonathan does a lot of that, but I'm annoyingly organised and efficient, so I do quite a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and all that kind of thing, all the social media, you know. So it was just, once we had our organisational chart sorted, actually it is a work in progress, it always will be, but it has enabled us to move forward quicker and make the best use of our time, because really I only have between sort of 9 o'clock and 2:30 every day when the children are at school. So it's making the absolute most of that time. So by being organised and writing it all down and having a process means that we can do that. And
do you have process documents for the majority of your business?
Working on them. Yes, we are. They're always going to need tinkering and tailoring. But yeah, we're getting it all documented. So, you know, eventually when we have someone that comes in and works with us, we can go, this is Cosmo Grace Property. This is how we want it done. But we've got to get that defined between ourselves first. So we're getting there.
No, but I like that, and it's absolutely truth that it's always a process. It will never 100% be done because things change, property changes, your ideas change, your family will always change. Yeah. Like it's always going to be going in a new direction. Yeah. So it's always a work in progress.
Exactly. And legislation changes and all those sort of things. So but it keeps you on your toes.
Definitely.
You don't want to get complacent and miss something or miss a change in the trend or whatever. So yeah, it enables you to keep it fresh in your own brain, and actually does no harm. You think you know what you're supposed to do, but actually it does no harm just to go back to basics every now and then refocus. So.
You said earlier as well, obviously you do deal packaging as well. Yes. And I think that's great that you have multiple streams in your property business, and you've mentioned about commercial conversions. Do you think that's something that you're always going to end up like adding an extra something to your business as you progress?
Yes, so we're now in the process of setting up our property management business.
Oh, great.
Which is kind of my background anyway. So we're getting that fully fledged because we manage all our own stuff anyway. And we also have had our investors asking if we can manage their properties. So it seemed daft not to utilise that.
Again, it's one of your strengths.
Yes, exactly. And in a geeky kind of way, I kind of enjoy it. Yeah. So we're building all of that, and we're hoping to build that to a point that actually we will have properties outside of what we're working on as well that will come into that.
So again, another income stream in itself there,
absolutely.
Which is great because you then de-risk your whole business as well, which is great.
Yeah.
So what would some advice be then for someone, not even just maybe their partner, but a business partner? Because obviously there's a lot of muddy areas, as you said, when it comes to your defined roles and bits like that. What would perhaps some of the advice be to someone who is in a partnership with someone in their property business and they're trying to get it clear, defined and make the business work for them?
Communication.
Yeah.
Communication is absolutely vital. Again, something we're not always that good at, but it's something we're working on. You need to have just that 360-degree communication at all times with every aspect. You need to know if you're not happy with something, you need to be honest about it and speak up, because otherwise it festers and then it becomes a massive issue when actually it could have just been dealt with and nipped in the bud. So communication is my absolute biggest top tip for anything, really. But for working together and your business partner, you've all got to know where everybody's at and where everyone's head's at. Because if you don't, you can't move forward, because you've got that constant hurdle and block in your way.
Yeah. I guess it then also affects all your decisions from that point, because it's just niggling in the background, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's, communication. Talk to each other.
I think that's good advice for any bit of your life. Communicate with each other.
Absolutely.
Especially, like you said, because you do live together as well, so communication to make sure things don't fester, especially if you see each other all day, every day.
Yeah.
That can get tough.
Yes, it can. But at the end of the day, it's great fun.
Yeah.
I have laughed more in the last year of working with my husband than I have in ages. I mean, you just have some cracking days and you can't help yourself. You go into view some properties and you're like, what on earth is going on?
What have we walked into?
Some of the people that showed you round and you're trying to, it's a bad one when Jonathan goes in one direction and I go in the other, because you can't physically look at each other because you're just going to start laughing. We had one incident where the vendor opened the door and he was in the middle of dyeing his hair.
Oh!
So both of us were just a bit like, hi.
Don't mind us.
But we're not very serious when we should be sometimes. Yeah. And so that was a cracker. And I think the day just went downhill from there, but you've just got to remind yourself why you're doing it. Yeah. And actually, I wouldn't change it at all. I really wouldn't change it. But just that communication and keeping on the same page just is key.
Yeah. And from that point, obviously you enjoy what you do and you can just enjoy it even more because it's with someone that you enjoy spending time with as well.
Yes.
So it just makes the whole experience that next level, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not saying it's all roses all the time. It has its tricky points. But we both enjoy property and we both enjoy the life that property is giving us. So, and we both have a different set of skills that combined actually make quite a strong skill set for a business. So, it's daft not to utilise that and make our own legacy from it.
Definitely.
Which is the ultimate goal.
And I guess that it helps that you both understand the property world then.
Yes.
Because if you have perhaps a partner who doesn't quite understand what you're doing and why you're passionate and why you're excited, it can maybe bring you down sometimes, but instead you both get it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And I know I've spoke to people before where they are very into their property, but their other half doesn't get it. And I think that's where we're lucky. Yeah. And it's, it just enables you to you have the same goals and the same focus. So,
you're just more aligned, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, which really helps.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you have perhaps any other tips then that you can share from your wealth of experience of working with your other half?
Take time out from each other. I mean, you're still your own person. We are not just, Cosmo Grace Property. Yeah. We're not just John and Jessica. We are still our own people. So it's finding the time to go and still do what you want to do and have time away from each other and, just be you.
Yeah. Don't let your business consume you,
exactly.
I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't begrudge the other person having time out. We need time at different points of the day. I'm shocking in the morning. You know, nobody talks to me for a good hour or so, possibly 2. Jonathan's up, ready, up and at him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to be part of the 5 a.m. club.
No.
I set my alarm once for 5 o'clock. Never happening ever again. Never happening ever again. Jonathan's up and he actually gets so much done.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's how he operates. That's how I operate. And it's just a case of not having a gripe with someone because that's how they function.
Yeah. If
I
anything,
should probably practice what I preach a little bit sometimes.
No, but it can be hard.
Yes.
It can be hard. Like, you know what you should be doing, and sometimes it's just, especially if you wake up in a horrible mood in the morning, like every little thing, and it's like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Some days you just have to write off
and
move
start
on,
again.
Start again.
Yeah. I think that's really 2 good pieces of advice. So do you have a third one for us?
Third. I don't know.
Putting you on the spot. Sorry.
Yeah, that is slightly, isn't it? Well, we've got communicate, time out.
Yeah.
Just remember why you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason we all have taken the step to follow the direction that we have chosen to take.
Yeah.
And you've just got to keep reminding yourself of that. Otherwise, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't get consumed in it all. Sit back. There's nothing wrong with just sitting back, having a look, working out what you're doing it all for.
Yeah.
I was laughing yesterday because I did a vision board. I was showing my mum last night. And actually, I hadn't looked at it for a little while. Mm. And it does suddenly remind you why you're doing it, what you're doing it for, and where you want to get to. Mm-hmm. So just, you know.
I guess everyone gets so wrapped up in the day-to-day as well that it can be hard to look back and be like, no, why did we start this?
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess your kids are like a great reminder as well of that for both you and Jonathan.
Exactly. They're always there.
They're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. They always want something, and you want to be able to give them the very best that you can.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing it. You know, Jonathan and I had great upbringings, but we want to give them an even better upbringing, and we want to be there for it. We want to do it with them. We want to go on all these adventures and all these exciting things, and you know,
all these memories that you're going to make.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
Exactly. So, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You've just got to remember why you're doing it.
Yeah. No, I think those are 3 great points, and I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that as well who are watching, because it can be tough. You can get wrapped up in the day-to-day. So communicate, take time for yourself, and remember why you're doing it. Yeah. I think those are 3 brilliant pieces of advice for anyone in business anyway.
Absolutely.
Whether you're working with your partner or not, it's really important.
Absolutely, I think so.
Brilliant. So what does the future hold then for you?
Oh, well, if I survive school holidays...
Oh, yeah. How long have you got left of
3 weeks to go. Not that I'm counting. It's like having an advent calendar. We just want to keep growing our business. We want to get our buy-to-let portfolio... we want to keep building on that. We will always do single buy-to-lets.
Yeah.
It's never a strategy that we will deviate from. Mm-hmm. We want to do a commercial conversion.
Yes.
That is, I've always wanted to do it, but at the moment, not quite in a position to take that step. Yeah. So that is the plan, and we just continue to grow and scale up the business. Mm-hmm. We want to get our deal packaging business, keep scaling that up. We're still early stages of that, but we're going from strength to strength, so we want to keep building that. Really want to help others get it and understand why we're doing it, and help them to do and achieve the same, and just keep growing. And we want to build a legacy that we can pass on to the children, and just create something that gives us the freedom to do what we want to do, and not have to think twice about going and doing something. And we're getting there, baby steps. We're getting there. And actually, when we sit back and think about what we've achieved, really since January, is amazing. And even what we've done in the last 3 years with our own portfolio is huge. So actually, if we keep with the momentum, keep moving forward, I'm excited about where we're going to be in the next year, 2 years, 3 years. So it's just to grow, scale, and keep doing what we're doing, but more of it.
I can't wait to see it all.
It's
going to
fun.
update us all on social media.
Yes. Now I've got over having to do social media, which was one of the biggest hurdles I've had out of everything. But once you get over yourself and you do it, actually,
It's not that bad.
It's fine. It only freaks you out slightly when you walk into Progressive and someone goes, "Hi, Jessica, how are you?" And I'm like,
"Who?
Hi." But it's such a vital part of the business.
Of just marketing in general now, isn't it?
Exactly. So if you're not out there and putting yourself out there and telling everybody what you do, then, you're mad.
Exactly.
So, we scale, grow, and build our legacy is what we want to do. And that's the ambition. And fulfill our vision board.
Yes.
So I can make another one.
Will you do like a vision board of what you set out with one of everything that you've achieved? Like a side by side?
Yes, I think we probably should.
That's a good idea.
I think we probably should. Yeah, tick them off as well. And then add something else in.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in today. I've really enjoyed it. I hope people watching have as well. And if they have any questions, we'll get them to pop them in the comments. We'll put your details there. Great. In case they want to reach out and get any more info. Yep. But thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much.
It's been a real pleasure. It really has.
Thank you for the opportunity to do it.
That's all right. But that's it from us on the live stream now, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll make sure we see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to see more content like this, then subscribe, click the notification bell. Thank you very much and see you all again soon.